Hello there. Hello. Welcome. Welcome to Rise and Receive, a reset point in your day where you get to simply stop what you're doing and explore how to receive your joyful fulfillment by unlearning struggle. So today is part 3 of a 3-part series on receiving peace. And what I'd love to invite you to do is, if you are feeling unrest, anxiety, agitation, in other words, a lack of peace, and you'd like to open the flow gates, just think about, first of all, what is it that you think is causing you that lack of peace? Because I really want this to be relevant for you today. Think about what it is that you think needs to happen for you to feel more peace. And as you just let that be here today, I really invite you to just sit back and let today's Rise and Receive wash over you, because I think you're really going to like where we're going with this today. So what I've been doing at these Rise and Receives is illuminating how to open the flow gates to some of the things that you want most in life, whether it's inner world stuff like peace, joy, love, freedom, or outer world manifestations like money, wealth, job promotions, relationships, weight loss, things like that, whatever it is that you most want in life. And I've been talking about how to open the floodgates by illuminating blind spots. Now, the way I define a blind spot is when your current point of view hides an essential insight. And your point of view is so powerful and important because from where I come from and everything that I teach, your consciousness creates your reality. And so your consciousness is expressed through your point of view based on all kinds of things like your life experiences, your beliefs, your thoughts, your emotions, conscious and unconscious, the sensations in your body. And when you illuminate a blind spot and can see the thing that you want and the thing that you're working towards from a new point of view, your consciousness shifts and new things become possible. So that's what a blind spot is, and specifically what I illuminate are what I call receiving blind spots, because I'm here to teach people the very tangible, concrete, and results-producing skill set known as receiving. So a receiving blind spot is when you are operating more as a human doing versus a human being. So if you don't know me, my name is Sonia Miller. I'm a speaker, coach, and best-selling author, and I am passionate about helping people who are hard-working, goal-oriented individuals to dissolve and surpass their inner glass ceiling the easier way. You know, we can work really hard to transcend our glass ceiling, that place that we feel stuck, but there's actually a much easier way. And that comes from when we start shifting from being a human doing, which is kind of like being a hunter, a lot of hard work, and we start to tap into the less familiar skill set, which is the most natural thing in the world, which is the power of being. Being is its own power skill set, and yet most of us have forgotten because we've been so trained to be human doings. And yet, when we over-rely on the doing model of power, that is where we hit our glass ceiling, because doing is great, thinking is great, action is great, but it can only take you so far. And when you tap into the being skill set, then you tap into 2 aspects of fulfillment and manifestation, which are beyond and speed. You go beyond your glass ceiling, which comes from only the things that you can do on your own. You start to call in life and all kinds of possibilities that are beyond what you can think of on your own. And it can happen so fast because you take the bird's eye trajectory from point A to B, from where you are now to where you want to go, as opposed to the hunter warrior who has to walk down the path and follow a linear path. So it's really, really powerful when you start to illuminate these receiving blind spots. So let's talk about how to open the flow gates to peace. Today's blind spot that I'm going to talk about is, and I got to look at my notes, what I call the misplaced faith blind spot. So what is that? Well, because blind spots are actually blind to us, I like to give clues to when a particular blind spot might be sabotaging your efforts. So what we tend to do is we tend to put our faith, let me say it this way, we tend to over rely or overplace our faith on the mind. If you are a hard-working, goal-oriented person, you might be in that group of people who just really, thinks that if they can solve the problem in their mind, if they can figure it out, then I'll get past my glass ceiling, I'll overcome my obstacles. In other words, they put a lot of emphasis on the mind. And I'll tell you that as the daughter of a genius, my father went to MIT. He had a genius IQ. He got a scholarship to MIT. I was raised in an environment with a lot of validation for high intelligence. And so I got trained in that, and I took that into my life to later on get a business degree and trade stocks and bonds. Yeah, so here I am, making receive oracle cards now and running a business with that, and being a coach and speaker and all of that good stuff. But anyway, I over relied on my intelligence and my capacity to get things done and meet my goals. And it got me really far, but it actually prevented me from fulfillment. And it really disconnected me from my peace, because on the other side of doing, I didn't know what there was. So if you are really over relying exclusively on your mind to get you where you want to go, you might have the misplaced faith blind spot. So let's say that's what's happening for you, and you are struggling with wanting to open the floodgates to your own peace, and you've really been relying on your mind. Well, what the mind will do is it will create what I call, basically, you'll get locked into logic. And so you'll look at every problem that you have, everything that you're struggling with through the lens of logic. And logic is like, like a computer. It's like if, then, or when, then. And what that does, it really starts to fuel what I call this transactional approach to receiving your fulfillment, which means you can only allow yourself to receive something if or when a condition is met. And what that does is it actually causes a lot of discomfort and unrest, because now what you want, i.e. in this condition, in this situation, peace, but it could be anything: money, health, well-being, joy, freedom, power, your goals. You will only allow yourself to receive if or when a condition is met, which means it's always out there. You're always pursuing it. It's like that carrot that you can't reach. So that causes a lot of distress and not a lot of peace. Now, when you place your faith in what I call healthy soothing, now we're way into the body as opposed to way up into the logic place, right? Put your faith in healthy soothing and explore healthy ways to find relief when you feel lack of peace or anxiety. Not only will that give you the peace that you're looking for, but what I'm going to also talk about today is I'm going to help you connect the dots between feeling better and experiencing peace and manifesting your goals. All right, so that's the clue, which is you're over relying on the mind. You're really thinking that if I can just figure this out, I'll have peace. If that's what's happening in your life and you're still not feeling peace, you might be experiencing the misplaced faith blind spot. Now, how do we open the floodgates? Let me check my notes again here. So we open the floodgates by opening up to and putting faith in, again, healthy soothing. So here's an experiment you can try right now. Think about that thing that you think is the cause of your lack of peace or unrest. Just think about it. Now, think about what you believe has to happen in order to feel more peace. Chances are good you're in when-then thinking or if-then thinking. You're relying on, if this can just change, then I'll feel peaceful. When this thing happens, then I'll feel peaceful. All right? Now just notice how you feel. Do you feel peaceful thinking that way? Try it on. Now, I'm going to give you an affirmation that you can try instead. Whenever you're there, see if how this affirmation feels. I am willing to receive simply because I exist. I am willing to receive simply because I exist. What if every time you felt unrest and your mind was in when-then thinking, you started to use that as a reminder, stop, breathe. I am willing to receive simply because I exist. And you just say it, eat it, breathe it, sleep it over and over again. How does that feel? Do you notice a difference in how that feels? Well, using willingness mantras or redirecting your attention in the direction of invitation, which is the being model of power, which is what we practice with receiving, as opposed to intention, which is looking out onto the horizon like the hunter and trying to make something happen, okay, that may or may not be in your control. That's not very comforting. That doesn't offer a lot of peace. When you shift to invitation, where you focus on the essence of how you want to feel, I am willing to receive simply because I exist. Not because I've done something, not because when then has occurred, but simply because I exist exactly as I exist right now. I'm willing to receive simply because I exist, even if I'm anxious, even if I'm stressed, even if I don't know what to do. Imagine that. That's what the majestic tree embodies all day long. And that's the being model of power. The tree receives simply because it exists all day long. So this allows you to feel more peaceful. And now I want to connect the dots between what that does to help you manifest your goals. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read from just a little excerpt from the inspiration of this series, which is the Receive Peace card from my new Receive Oracle card deck. Just a segment, and this really drives home the point. Okay. Your natural peace is revealed when you call off the search, and one moment at a time you let everything be as it is. Then your seeking mind, which is the true cause of conflict, can rest. Your peace is revealed, and in this spaciousness, you become open and receptive to receive something new. You see, when you are feeling peaceful, your consciousness, remember your consciousness creates your reality, your consciousness as you are relaxed and you're not seeking to fix something because you're not seeking, you actually can receive what's here right now. And if your consciousness is, I receive what's here right now, you start to manifest receiving now as opposed to when then. It's an incredibly powerful thing. But when we tend to get into like manifestation, mindset, law of attraction circles, we misunderstand the teachings and we just get all up into the thinking and the doing because that's what we've come to over rely on. We've become very disconnected and unfamiliar with this whole other aspect of our power. And when we tap into being, nothing is easier than being. You truly can receive like the majestic tree simply because you exist. And this is how you dissolve your glass ceiling. This is how my clients who have been working hard, I mean, I'm one of those people, hard-working, goal-oriented, determined, right? But again, it can only take you so far. So the key to tapping into being is to just stop first. Just stop all the doing. Take some breaths. I am willing to receive simply because I exist. Try it on, and I'd love to hear how it goes for you. Now, we're wrapping up this series, and I've been doing these Rise and Receive, Open the Flow Gates now since the start of the new year. I would love to hear what you would like me to focus on for the next series. If you don't tell me what you want, I'm going to pick something from the Receive card deck. But if there's a specific topic where you would like to open the floodgates, please comment below. And then, because I'm so excited, I just have to give you a little update on the Receive Oracle card. So first of all, I've shown these before, but I just have to show you how beautiful they are. They're going to be coming out in April, so you can pre-order yours and get a gift bundle in the process. But here is one of the proofs. I don't know if you can see. I mean, the colors are really vibrant. So these are some of the Receive Oracle cards. I'm peeking around here. Okay. This is what they look like in the back, each card. Okay, here's what the box is going to look like. It isn't folded up, but it's just gorgeous. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. And as a way to be an invitation, this is what they look like before any printing is done. So here's the box. Okay. It's going to come with its own little booklet. I think it's 143 pages of receiving principles. And the cards are really high quality, nice, and they feel good in your hand. 56 cards that you can shuffle. And listen to this. This is going to sound really good. I know you can't see it, but you can shuffle the cards and then every morning pull one card to activate the power of invitation. Connect with how easy it is to start receiving now. I cannot wait till I get to show you what they look like when I get my first set to broadcast live. So just imagine these, okay? So if you'd like to order your own cards, like I said, there's a gift bundle for pre-orders. Once they start shipping, the gift bundle goes away. There are 4 of my most popular classes in MP3 format, as well as you will receive your very own companion workbook that will enrich your experience with the cards. And I'm just so excited to offer all of that. So go to receiveCardDeck.com, pre-order yours today if you'd like. And also the second thing I want to invite you to do is, if you want to really tap into the power of receiving, join me in the Receive course. You can start for as little as $97 a month, and all that you need, the course, the live support from me, the members only Facebook group, it's all available to you. Receiving happens really once you just start unlearning this learned struggle that is just not natural. There's a natural part of life that has some struggle, but so much of our struggle is learned. Once you unlearn it, receiving simply happens. So if this was helpful, please please share. It helps me reach the people that I'm here to serve. If you're on YouTube, click on the red subscribe button, and I will see you at the next Rise and Receive. Remember, post what you want me to open the floodgates about, help you with, whatever topic you like, and I will take that into consideration as we pick our next 3-part series. Have a great day. Bye-bye.